What is going on? If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I normally do low-air stuff, but chances are if you're watching this video, you're probably new here. Just like I said, I normally work on low-air stuff. Today I'm working on this POS. This is a 2014 Silverado. If you're thinking about buying one of these, don't do it. Worst vehicle I've ever owned. Wrong kid died is what I call it. His name's Dewey. And the reason I say wrong kid died, I had a 09 Silverado. It was awesome. Almost 300,000 miles on it. This piece has 189,000 miles. I put a transmission in it at 120, 135. It went back, got another transmission. 140, it went back, got another transmission. Could be due to the builder. I don't know. Everyone I've talked to has this year, or this body style from 14 to 19, I believe. They've all put transmissions in them. The stereo stopped working. Well, let me rephrase that. So this video, I'm tackling an issue with a stereo. I did a few YouTube searches. They are pretty common for problems apparently, but it doesn't seem like the problem that I'm having. My screen works, everything on the touch screen works, volume works. The problem I'm having is the passenger side speaker, the rear driver side speaker seem to not work. I find it hard to believe those three speakers went out all at the same time. Actually, four, because I think there's one on the dash too. The only one that seems like it's working is the driver side dash, maybe the driver side door. Really haven't looked into it that much, to be honest. Figuring it was the head unit, you know, the radio thing itself. I bought it. Later on, I did some research and found out there's a brain behind the radio. So that's more than likely what it is. I'm going to bring you guys along. So if you have this problem, you don't have to do like me and buy unnecessary parts, spending unnecessary money. Because, you know, we're all rich. So we're going to dive into it, see what we got. Hopefully you don't own one of these trucks, but if you do, hopefully this will help you out. So this is the head unit of what we're replacing. You may notice there's a little valve cover, or ignition coil cover. There's an ignition coil. Yeah, had to change that out yesterday too. Might touch into that a little bit more in the video. There's an AC compressor. Fortunately, it didn't come off of this truck. Unfortunately, I do have to do AC compressor on this truck also. So going through the little mix thing here, I got it in the front right. Should be a dash speaker, possibly that speaker. I've got nothing. I go back just a hair. Back door speaker works. And that speaker actually sounds good. My rear driver's side speaker is working. Door speaker is not working. Dash speaker sounds like crap. Alright, so we're going to pull this off. It's just got some little clips that go around it. I got a little plastic pry bar tool. If it sounds like I'm just bashing Chevrolet, I love Chevrolet. I loved Chevrolet. 2013 and down. Like I said, this truck's the worst truck ever. You see I have a code scanner there. That's for another story. Yeah, so let's tear this apart and see if we can get this problem fixed first. So this truck has made me lose all faith in Chevrolet. I will never buy another newer vehicle by Chevrolet, unless they like give me one. That'd be the only way I'd be testing one out, to be honest. And like I said, or I may have said, I don't know, I have had Chevrolets all my life, ever since I started driving, and I've always had really good luck. You know, I would always brag about how good they are, how dependable they are, and this truck has made me eat my words immensely. To where it's gotten to the point where it's like, yeah, it's a POS. And I'm more than likely going to break this pulling off. It says it's supposed to just pop off. Yeah. Which it's doing pretty good. I guess you don't really need a pry tool too much. There we go. We will unwire. Actually, I'm just going to lay that down. I'm not even going to bother unwiring it. So we got some 7mm bolts there. Looks like 4 of them. That'll pull that whole thing out. I don't know how this attaches. Or sorry, this attaches to this. It should just be some little clips. And we'll see about how that goes. Guess we'll start at the bottom first. And I do still have the battery hooked up. The key is not in ignition because obviously you're hearing a ding. I am kind of leery whether this head unit will work with another one. I know like the 2000s, they had to have, I want to say, a security code or something like that. The security system went through the radio. Hopefully this one doesn't. I would not be surprised one bit if it did and it went into security mode and locked the truck down, and here it sits in my driveway. It'd be kind of par for the course on this vehicle, if you know what I mean. Alright, we got all of our screws out. I think it should be loose. It acts like it's not. Seems like it's pivoting there in the center. Let me grab a flashlight so I can see what's going on in there. Alright, after further investigation, hopefully you can see that right there. It's just a little pressure clip. This is the new one. Quote unquote new one. So we should just be able to pull that out. I just don't like pulling and prying on stuff without having an idea that I'm not breaking it. Because usually when I pull and pry on stuff, I break it. Can't forget the AC. So here's the back of the unit. You got a plug there, and plug there for the AC. You just squeeze them, pull them right out. They come out fairly okay. I think before I fight this, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the new radio in there and turn the key on and see what it does before I go through the aggravation of fighting with this, possibly breaking the clips and messing this up. Yeah, we'll try that first. All right, we're just going to plug this up. Like I said, this is kind of going to be a temporary thing just to see. I am quite confident this isn't the part I need, unfortunately. Should have done a little bit of research beforehand, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta find stuff out the hard way. So we'll kick the key on. I don't know if I mentioned, but I really hate this truck. So, seeing as the time is correct, more than likely it's going to pair with my device, which it doesn't really like to do that very well. Another crappy part of this truck, but I mean, that's kind of the technology of the era, I suppose. I can't hold that against it. My Bluetooth is off also, so that's probably a good reason. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I fixed it. I did not fix it one bit. So that's cool. That was a waste of 150 bucks. So I'm pulling the little radial brain out. I just squeeze those, pull them out. They come out real easy. The antenna is a little bit of a pain. This one, I think there's one, yeah, that one there come out pretty good. That one there is a nightmare. I'm having to grab a pair of pliers to squish that down. This just kind of slides in there. There's a little retainer clip right up there. You can't see. You just push it up. It slides right out. So far, that's easy. This has been a nightmare. Squish that with a pair of pliers. They come out pretty easily after that. So we will remove this. And I'm going to get the numbers off of it. That is the satellite radio module. Looks like it's the other one that I need, probably. I don't really know which one I need, to be honest. One of them is pretty cheap. The other one's, I want to say, kind of expensive. It's more likely going to be the expensive part. So, yeah. So the other one looks like it is the OnStar control box. I'm assuming this one's the input for the radio. It says it's a receiver. So yeah, I'm going to order one of these, I guess. We'll try it out. It's like 20 bucks, 20 to 30 bucks. That's not a bad gamble. We'll just check it out, and I will let you guys know what fixes it. So with all that being said, could it be a speaker? Maybe. Are the speakers interchangeable from left to right side doors? If you know, let me know. I would be curious of that. I guess it doesn't really matter because both front door speakers are not working, so I can't really interchange those. I'm pretty sure the rear to the front doors are not interchangeable. What I mean by interchangeable, I just pull it out of the rear door, plug it into the front door, see if that line at least works. I don't know. I'm not a huge stereo guy. Haven't really messed with stereos in a long time, especially stock stereos. Usually the little bit of stereo work that I've done, I've ripped everything out, put a new stereo in, new wires and all that. Or is it a module? For 20 bucks, it isn't really that big of an investment to try it. It's kind of easy to get to, not really too much of a pain, so I might give that a shot. I'm talking to some buddies of mine to see if there's a way to test the lines going to the speakers. Yeah. So if you made it to this point in the video and you just want to hear me bitch about this Chevrolet truck, here you are. Yeah, I said the AC messed up. It blew a hole in the side of the compressor. The alternator completely shit the bed on me, left me on the side of the road stranded. As I said, the transmission went out 3 times. Yesterday, the coil went out and did not act like a normal coil going out. My 09, I could unplug the coil and drive it. Yes, it'd have a misfire. This thing, it popped up the check engine light was flashing, which, you know, does most vehicles. Also popped up the traction control light, and the transmission started shifting very hard, downshifting very hard, and should not have to be a symptom of an ignition misfire. Luckily, I switched coils between the cylinders. I moved cylinder 3 to cylinder 1 and vice versa. My problem followed to cylinder 1, so I knew I had a bad coil. Simple fix, yes. But the amount of problems that it caused during that, if I wasn't literally like 10 minutes down the road from the house, if I had to drive a half hour, that could probably cause some damage to the transmission. That's already weak as it is. So yeah, that's stupid on their part. And as I said, if it sounds like I'm just bashing Chevrolet, I used to love Chevrolet. I've had Monte Carlos, Impalas, Cadillacs, Cadillacs. Yeah, rear-wheel drive Chevrolet cars. I had my 09 Silverado. That was the best truck ever. Like I said, almost 300,000 miles on it. I didn't have to do nothing to that car or that truck. I had to replace a 4-wheel drive actuator because I hardly ever used the 4-wheel drive when I needed it. It did fail me, which was kind of a bummer. But other than that, great truck. Awesome truck. It had 5.3. That's why when I bought this truck, it had a 5.3. I had some hope in it. This does have the DOD. I haven't messed with it yet. I'm sure it's going to grenade one of these days. You're looking at buying one of these trucks, don't do it. Chevrolet, if you're watching, get up with me. You know, if you want to like do a damn rebate or a recall that needs to be done on these trucks, it's just so many common problems. It's terrible. And there's literally channels just devoted to that, which sucks. You know, kind of had a lot of faith in it when I bought it, and it has let me down 100%. So with that being said, that's why I call that Dewey Cox. Wrong kid died. Nate was such a better truck. I'm going to leave it here. Let me know what you guys think about the speakers, if I can swap them out, blah, blah, blah. Just leave it in the comments. Once again, you don't know what you can do till you try. Sometimes you can't fix your ride. We'll do it in the next one. Appreciate you watching.